Hey there, and happy Wednesday afternoon. So hopefully you guys are having a great day. Once again, I've been running. I was actually excited because I thought maybe around like 1 or 1:30, I'm like, I'm going to do my video early and then I can have that done, post everything, and then I can start packing for the retreat that starts tomorrow. Joke's on me. But the good news is I got people fed. I actually have 5 rows of potatoes planted in my garden. If you know me at all, or if you're new to following me, I love to garden, and it's a rare thing for us to buy too many like vegetables, even from the grocery store at all throughout a year, certain months, because I garden a lot and we eat a lot of our own produce. Part of the joy of living on a farm and having that available to us and the space to put it. So I know there are a lot of you that would love to garden and just can't. So I don't take that for granted, and I always think it just tastes so much better too to have all that freshness, and so that's a pure delight. So we've started the 2025 garden as of today. It's the only thing planted so far, but we're going to get there. All right, hello, thanks for joining in, Diane. So today I'm going to bring you a fun fold, but before I get to this, I just want to remind you, free shipping today on orders of $75 or more. So as we navigate these new Stampin' Rewards, it's exciting. Every order that a person places over $20 is going to get Stampin' Rewards of 10%, every single order placed. So for those of you that haven't opted into rewards or something, I'm helping you work through that. So far, we've had about 95% success. I'm still waiting on that little bit today. We had one snag that I'm still waiting for Stampin' Up! To resolve with my customer, but otherwise it's been, I think, pretty easy, and I just appreciate your patience as you navigate that with me. Now with free shipping, it's not the $20, that's just to get Stampin' Rewards, $75 minimum order, but that's free shipping. So today, tomorrow, and Friday. So if you have anything that you're thinking, well, I don't have quite enough to get to 75, or if you think you'll be seeing me at the next upcoming classes, I can put an order together for you and just bring, say you have a $40 order and that's all you want, but you know you're going to be seeing me, let me know. I'll place it with some things that I need to get free shipping for both of us, or multiples of you out there, and we can make that happen. So let me know if that's an option that might work. Okay, I just never want to pass up the opportunity to tell you about free shipping. All right, so here we have a fun fold card today. All right, so let me get my camera turned around. Hello, Norma and Lynette. Thank you for joining in. Okay, so with today's fun fold, the products are coming from the Floral Delight Suite here, which I'll show you in a second. So here we just have kind of a fun fold. I kind of have to tell you a funny story about this as I get started. But starting on page 33 of this mini catalog here, we have all these products, and I'm loving the bundle. So the good news is this bundle is carrying over. What I'm not sure about is when May 6th happens, will it be bundle pricing, or will they have it under 2 separate things only? Sometimes with Stampin' Up! And I need to just kind of clarify, maybe they won't even tell me. A lot of times when things are first put into a publication, whether it be a mini or an annual, they will do the bundle pricing right away, but then once it continues on, then the stamp set and the dies are a separate price. There's no 10% bundle savings, so I'm not sure about that. And then for some of the things, and then these tiny bee trinkets, they've been so fun to work with. They are carrying over. I'm glad about that. This yellow ribbon, or the Daffodil Delight ribbon, is not carrying over. Both of these beautiful paper and vellums are carrying over as well. So I am so happy to be reporting in on that. I'm just going to check one thing, because I have my next annual catalog here next to me. I can't show it online, but I know some of you have said that you're receiving them. They're coming in slow but sure, but at least they're coming in. So I know I'm getting questions about different things that way too. And I love knowing this. So the thing that I'm going to look up, because I can't remember if Delightful Wishes is in the catalog or just carrying over. Okay, so I do see it on page 99 of the new annual catalog. And so I can answer my own questions. Sorry about that. I should have come more prepared. But as I talked it over, I'm like, wait a minute, I have the new catalog if it's in there. But so the reason why I said I don't know is some of these products, like bundles, will be carrying over online. Well, we don't know there again if that bundle pricing, if it's online, is going to be separated or not. I would say it's probably going to be separated out, because when I look this one up in the next annual catalog, it's in there on page 99, but the only way to purchase is the stamp set for $20 and the dies for $35. So that would be $55 if you want that, versus if you get it before May 6th, it's $49.50. So I can let you know that. Okay. So just want to let you know that. I think that's okay to talk about. Hi there, Lois. Good to see you on here. Okay, so now I will get busy with my card, because I always like to go over supplies and such when I can, just to help you, especially with free shipping, because some of you might be ordering, and now if this bundle has been on your wish list, now you might get it, especially free shipping and 10% savings. That might be like, oh, maybe I will get it now. Okay, so with today's card, like I said, fun fold like this. All right, so when I have this card flat, I want to show you a similar layout here, and this is the joke on me. Okay, so very similar layout, right? Looks very similar. When I was seeing cards that look like this, and a lot of times the photos that I was trying to copy, because I thought, oh, that looks like a fun fold. I'm going to come or copy that myself to make for my customers, because my customers, my stamping friends, love fun folds. So what I was doing was just visually going, okay, how can I do that? So what I was doing was cutting a card base, and you've seen me make this one on camera at a different time for you. I was taking this card base and treating this as one separate piece, and then this was its own long piece here, and I was having you guys tape it together, okay? And it worked, and it was okay, and people figured it out. People did cards that look like this or similar ones in classes based on that, and I came up with it myself, and I'm not bragging about that. And in fact, the joke is on me, because I received a similar card as a swap, and what I didn't know is that that card could be made as one piece. So when I say, oh, this card opens up horizontally, here, maybe this is a better way of doing it. Like today's card, I always start with, is going to open like this. This way, it's like, okay, that is how this card starts. And so then I just put an extra crease in there, an extra crease in there, and here we have it. So it's like that same card, but way easier, and you don't have like two panels of bases that you're trying to connect. So that is me trying to do things on my own, not knowing any better though, right? All right, so you can laugh at me and go, gosh, how did she not know that, right? Okay, but now I know. Now we can move forward with that. So I'm going to make today's card based on what I now know. Okay, so my card today, now I can start like I usually do, opens this way, and this is Pool Party. And what I've done is taken 8.5 by 11, cut it in half, scored it at the regular 5.5 inches, but then after the 5.5 inches, I do another score at 1 1/4, and then this chunk I divide in half. So if we're going from the half mark, then that is at, I'm just going to 3 3/8. So from here, we've got 1 1/4, 3 3/8. Or if you want to go from this end, like how far do I score over, that magical measurement is 2 1/8. So hopefully that makes sense, like 5.5. And then from here, the 1 1/4, and then 3 3/3, or we're going 2 1/8. Yeah, 3/8, 3, okay, 1 1/4, 3 3/8. Sorry. Hopefully I said that right. Okay. And so it'll make sense. As long as you have the 1 1/4 down, then you will know that after that you're splitting that in half. Sometimes that helps, because some people okay, they're like, I don't know the math equations of a ruler, and I get that. And I'm glad that it makes sense for me, but I get that it doesn't for everybody. And so sometimes just dividing in half, then they can figure that out as well. Okay, so now I'm going to give it a good score here in that original 1 1/4 inch, and then a good score here again in that halfway point. So now we've got this like so. Hi there, Jean. The first thing I want to do is seal up this. Like in yesterday's card, we had kind of a 1 inch binding there, and so I'm going to do that same thing. And when I seal up this area, that's when I like to get out my Seal Plus, a little bit extra adhesive. So I'm just going to press that down. Now I have full confidence that that's going to stay down and taped together. So now I'm going to bring in some more things. I'm just going to kind of build on this. And so now I've got a 1 inch by 5 1/4 inch strip of Old Olive, and that we can just put on with regular adhesive, like so. Just kind of find the spot and put that in. And now from the Floral Gingham Vellum, let's bring over this pretty stuff. I had some full sheets and I had some little strips, so I'm like, I'm going to use those little strips up, so hoping I don't have to go into my full sheets. So now this is cut down a little bit more. So this is 3/4, or excuse me, yeah, 3/4 by 5 inches. And this vellum is awesome because you can put adhesive on it and it doesn't show through. And that's always a fun thing, because how many times have you put on adhesive and went, oh shoot, I can't do that on vellum, but this you can, it's okay. And then next I'm going to go, actually I'm going to save the inside. I'm going to save the inside, just in case I don't stamp correctly. I don't want that much pressure, right? Okay, so the next thing that I want to do then is just take some of the pretty paper from, so the vellum is from Floral and Gingham Vellum, and this is different. So this is the DSP Floral Delight. So there's 2 separate paper packs. The pretty paper is cut 3 by 4 inches, and I want this to kind of be a skinnier matting. So instead of doing like a 1/4 inch, actually I left a 1/4 inch there, but I kind of just cut it just 1/8 of an inch shorter on that. So now this is ready to be put together like so. So I'm just going to mat that and center that there, and this is on Lemon Lolly. Okay, so now we want this to go on the flip side, and this is going to give us just like a 1/4 inch, or maybe a little bit more generous. I'm just eyeing it, a little bit of a gap there before I place this on there. And so don't put any adhesive on. I feel like it's easier to put the adhesive right on here than it is to guess halfway on here, or accidentally put it all the way over, and then you're like, oh no, I put it too far over. And we've all done that, right? Okay, so I'm going to put that on. So now we've kind of got that movement going. Hello there, Julie. Okay, so let's do some stamping. I'm going to open up my Old Olive ink pad here. And you could do stamping if you love die cutting. I would suggest getting out the wishing dies, and you could do it that way too. This was for class, and it was the last card that I designed for the class, and we had already done some different die cutting and such, and so I kind of wanted to just do stamping for this one so that there wasn't even more die cutting. I kind of try and limit like coloring, die cutting, things like that, just to ensure everybody stays with me on the project and that there's not too much in a class. Okay, so on this basic white piece is where we're going to do the stamping. The measurements for this basic white piece is 2 1/4 by 3.75. So 2 1/4, 3.75. And that means that this is going to be 2 1/2 in the Old Olive by 4 inches for the matting. Okay, so for the stamping, let's ink up the word wishing. I'm going to put it at an angle, stamped out in Old Olive. like that. And then I'm going to get out the Daffodil Delight. I wanted something a little bit bolder than Lemon Lolly for my ink, because Lemon Lolly is kind of light. I do really like it. I like the fresh lightness that the Lemon Lolly gives us in the cardstock color. And now from the Delightful Wishes, there's some floral images that you can two-step stamp. You can do the outside, the inside, and so I wanted to be kind of subtle. So I'm just going to kind of do some stamping, and then without re-inking, stamping again, and kind of have that kind of look here and there for a background there. So kind of subtle because of the color and also because of the stamping off for some of the images. So we've got that. And then I'm going to come back in with my Old Olive, Wishing, and then one of the sentiments in that stamp set, there's several that you can choose, but this one says, you all the best. So it's going to say, wishing you all the best. So we've got that, like so. I'm going to make sure that that's kind of dry, I think so. All right, let me get some adhesive on that, and we'll mat these two pieces together. And then that's going to be put on my little flippy flap. And here too. So we don't want to get adhesive on this side. You could pop it up, but I'm choosing not to, just because sometimes with the fun fold, the folding can add some bulk and such. So now this, I'm going to scoot all the way over to here. And the reason why I kind of want to scoot it all the way over is so if it gets bent to the inside like so, there's room for that to fold together like so. Some people might, if they're remaking this, they might choose to fold it in because we're going to end up putting embellishments on there. And if you want to fold your card in, that will help protect those embellishments when it gets sent through the mail. So that's always why I like to think outside the box for, you know, everybody loves to open up a card and see the beauty right away. And if you opened up your envelope and pulled out this card, you'd be like, gee, Belle, that's really strange. But the reason why I would do that is to protect those embellishments so it doesn't rip your envelopes as it goes through the postage machine. Okay, so let's get those embellishments on. We could have used the bee trinkets that are part of the suite, but these faux glass dots, I really like those, especially last fall. I used these a ton. They are on the last chance list, marked down from, I think it was $8.50, now down to $7.65. And so I'm just going to grab my pick tool here and grab some of these green ones. So I have, oops, this larger green one. Just going to kind of put that on top of a flower here, and then pick a smaller one to go on top of a different flower up here, and then another green one for the dot of my eye. And so the greens and the yellows, both of those could work out fantastic. I've seen some people actually use their stamps and make them look more like daisies or coneflowers or something. So you could pull in even some of these oranges or kind of the dark like Cajun Craze color there, and that would be really pretty as well. So now we've got the front of the card finished. For the inside, oh, I thought I had stamped a couple flowers. Actually, I didn't on my sample, but I think I'm going to just add like 2 little stamps, one full strength and one not. And then what I'm going to do is take the strip from the vellum, the floral and gingham vellum, and that measurement is 3/4 by 4 inches. And once again, even this vellum, even though it looks different than the floral side over here, you can put adhesive on this. So I'm going to put that right on the edge of this basic white chunk here, and this measures 4 inches by 4 inches square. Let's get some adhesive on that, and this is going to nestle in perfectly in the inside of our card like so. I want to make sure it's straight. Okay, there we go. And I'm just going to give that a press down. And there, that comes together pretty easily. Like I said, there's when you saw like all the pieces, like there's this gingham, that gingham, the olive, the pool party, the lemon lolly, the pretty paper, the old olive, and the white. There's a lot of pieces to today's card, but yet it just naturally like comes together. Like, just if you're making a card like this, just think segments at a time, build it up, and it's a really fun fold. So hopefully you can watch this video, rewatch the video, hit play, and enjoy making a fun fold of your own, either with these same products or other different pretty papers that you have, or for different occasions that you have coming up that you need a fun, extra special fun fold for. So, there was something at the tip of my tongue about that fun fold. Gosh, now I'm really sad because I'm like, well, I don't need to keep talking if I can get this turned around. I'm trying to think what else what I would have said about this. Shoot. I'll think about it after. Oh, yes, now I did think about it. So speaking of going back to watch videos for measurements and different things. Okay, I'm so glad I remembered this. So almost daily now, Facebook is reminding me your video on Belle Harder - Inspiring Others will be deleted on this day. So going forward, every video I make now will only be available for 30 days. And other recent ones that are a little bit older, they hit like maybe a 90-day, and those get deleted and such. And so if you think, gosh, I don't want to lose this video, thank you, Julie, so much. If you don't want to lose this video, subscribe to me on YouTube. So on YouTube, just search Belle Harder. Like my son did it just to see if I would show up. He's like, Belle Harder, do you go by Inspiring Others? I said, yes. So he found me very easily. Just click subscribe, and then my channel will always be like an easy thing for you to find when you log in. And then you'll have my whole library, basically, of over 600 videos that I have uploaded there already. So it's everything that I've done on Facebook, but just kind of a content library that will stay longer than Facebook for you guys. So I always want to remind you about that, because 30 days isn't very long. I think of like how fast we think like, oh, I saved a recipe, I want to make that. If you only had 30 days to make it, how many recipes would I have lost if there wasn't Pinterest? So anyway, all right. So if you guys need help ordering for free shipping, some of you have already today and you went through the process. It was a breeze. I'm so glad for you. But if you need help, please reach out. Yes, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, I'm going to be at the retreat. So the next couple days, if you need help, please still reach out to me. I will be checking in, even though I won't be at home, but I will be checking in to help you have success with your ordering, so that we can get through this new process easy, because I do want you guys to start earning those Stampin' Rewards, like 10%. It adds up fast off of every reward. So let me know if you have more questions about that too. So take care, and I for sure won't be on probably for the rest of this week with any live videos, and maybe not even next week, because next week now I need to start prepping for my Worthington Stamp Camp. I still have spaces available, so that's a week from tomorrow, May 1st, over in Worthington. So I will be busy getting ready for that after I get home from my retreat. So I will see you when I see you. Take care. Bye-bye.